Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I am a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And I have a new angle for you today. That is because with many hours of trying to troubleshoot this, I've figured out a way to get my VPN calibrated to be able to get access to the excerpts of Street Dance Girl Fighter on the Tunes YouTube. Now, something that comes with that is I'm not able to get my phone to be supported on my streaming software where I do record my reaction in real time to the video. It's just not working, so that's why you're gonna have to deal with my HD computer camera. So I apologize for the camera quality. We're going to take a look at some of the first episode auditions, and I'll kind of give my thoughts on who I think which team would choose them. I'm also still debating on whether or not I'm going to be reacting to the full episode. I feel that if there's going to be a lot of updated criteria compared to the first season, I may invest time to do that, but I am actively reacting to multiple series right now, so I don't know if it's the healthiest choice for me to do that, but we will see. Without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the groups.
Pulling out the coupe at the lot, turn the 12 swat, busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box, had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole deal, I'ma get lazy. I got the deals, we been trapping like the A. Pulling out the coupe, the whole damn, pour up the whole damn.
So clean. Yeah.
Pour up the whole damn field. Pour up the whole damn, I'ma get lazy. I'ma get
Holy sh! Where'd you find this?
damn field.
Okay. We're gonna get an all in for sure. Yeah, the airtime on that was good. Like, really good. Okay, I may accidentally keep looking this way because that's where my camera normally is, but now you get a straight shot of me looking at it and reacting to it. So, okay, going from the top here, really strong start. I would say my initial thoughts on this, though, is it does appear to be very, for the most part, most of it's going to be in unison. So, which I think there's no problem with it if you're just showing your synchronicity. And because it's your audition, I don't quite think that it's, if you're able to showcase your terminology, your vocabulary, and your technical aesthetic, I think this is an absolutely fine option because there's no set criteria for what you're going to bring for your audition. You want to showcase who you are as a crew, and there's no prerequisites on competency here, because some crews are going to be looking for people who are very competent in certain styles and wanting to grow in other aspects. But I feel something that this group automatically is going to really, hopefully, I hope they select a mentor that's going to help them be able to, within the confines of, what's the word? Placing more dynamics, more texture shifts. I think those types of things are going to be really beneficial for a group like this because they have the synchronicity in check. And sometimes it's a really difficult thing to do, and their performance is very strong, and they work very well as a team. Yep. As they hit at this top E, ooh, now that all of this reverberation or a lot of the technique they use for their head, as they hit it and then they vibe out, very impressed with the fact that they have really good, like I've mentioned before, synchronicity, or how they're performing is very much what we want it to be together as a group. So just from the forefront, it looks great so far. The pulls, great speed change here. Love the pop at the end. Now, the speed of this track is faster than what we're normally used to seeing it as, right? So whenever we go over how they set all of this is very much in unison, but their spacing has definitely improved. They spaced out a little bit more, waving it through. Really like that. I do feel like that they're really overly stiffening their torso. but that's because they're trying to justify the type of groove that they're going for. Well, I wouldn't say groove, I would say movement quality, or the just making them all be in sync in the performance aspect of the track. They're really choosing to lock up this torso to create that more staccato and hit their staccato with more power using the lats and using the hollow of the chest. So I love that even there with that dip right there. It's not a red nose. It's just, I forgot what that's really called, but that groove right there, normally you see people really dig into it, have more of a legato of the torso, but they don't quite have that here. Do I find an issue with that? Not quite, but I do feel like they're riding on the staccato a little bit too much for this excerpt, but I love that here. Boom. So this beginning really has that, but I love that here. The speed is really, really impressive. And then as they go and they dip to the side and then they kick out the leg, really dope. Head with the flex. That's another really nice thing that we're noticing here is they're all on the same page. There's not a single discrepancy on their timing. They are down to the microsecond of cleanliness. But also if you take a note here, because you're dealing, the faster your BPM is, the faster your your movement shifts are going to be between going from one movement to another. Notice that this position and her position are slightly off, but remember, I caught it because it's paused, not because I caught it in real time. It's something very impressive. They drop. Love that brum, 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 they go up. I love that. This was a really cool element where they have them pull themselves in the back and then they shake their head down to hit that in two different types of timbre justifications. Timbre is sound context, so I really appreciate what they were doing in the back as well as in the front. So honestly, my only issue, it's not even an issue. The only thing that I have that could be an area of improvement for this group is they do choose to be unison a little too much. That's the first major actual difference in level and in dynamic that we have seen from them in this entire set, and we're about halfway through. I love that push off. That was super dope. I say at the very end, that one was freaking sick. They put that in their the promo too. That slide transition was really nice. Back to unison. I really do love how powerful they are here. But notice that most of it is in unison. So for me, I really always choose to, because you want to have a balance. It's okay if you have a lot of unison, if you could justify it with your content as well as dynamics, texture, what have you. What I'm seeing here is some of the textures that they're choosing to integrate, some of the pockets that they're choosing to pursue, and some of the dynamics that they're introducing and reintroducing throughout their set are not quite enough to justify not having as much levels, nor not saying levels of the unison. I'm saying they are doing a good job of going low, being high, jumping, doing some really interesting and creative ways to get off the floor, but it doesn't stop my my observation of seeing them not quite justify multiple levels at the same time. And that's just something that I feel it could have just been, this is just them throwing something together. It could be that. I'm not sure. Remember, I do not have context of before the introduction of this group in particular, but I really love how clean they are able to match each other's energy. That is something not many groups can do. So honestly, I think that was enough for this audition. Going back to saying what they did was completely fine. They are going to get an all in. I have full confidence behind that. I really feel that way. I do, I'll kind of share my thoughts of who I think would be a good fit for them at the end, but I really love what they are bringing, but I am providing, I just want to present some different observations that I feel could make them even more what the crap did I just watch, you know, because that's still very good. Love that, having one of them come up, taking it over, slide through, using the anchor point of the foot and the hand to drive and very quickly get their body to face the front linearly. I love that energy, the kick out. I love the turning here. Really great. And then having them be able to exactly match what everybody else is doing. Super nice. That right there, having that ticking in. I know we've seen a lot of that from Waxy whenever she chose to do that with her footwork. Whenever she competed at Red Bull specifically, and then sometimes when I see her compete at Fusion, whenever I saw her there, she does choose to do a lot of the ticking wave variations with a form of a leg thread or a leg integration. So I really like this because honestly, I think this is a really cool, that's something that we've seen from her often, but it's very impressive to see people do that as a group. They didn't drop their energy once. Very impressive here too. They hit around, boom, boom. Now they're here. They're still moving around. Click, click, up, down, bringing it down. I love that. Going up and then immediately back down. That was really fun. Interesting choice. This right here. freaking sick. That is freaking awesome. I'm so glad they added that into the into the promo, because I know a lot of people were looking forward to this group, and I kind of was too. You know, and I love that little baby push up at the end. That was really, really cool. Now, who do I think this group would go with? Great question. I would say there were some of those things that I think Mana Queen we've seen with Waxy. That's an interesting choice too. I would say is a group that could really help loosen them up, but really be able to hone in on what they have to work with, which is the cleanliness and the power. I'd say Jam Republic would be a very interesting choice for them. Bebe would also be an interesting choice. I think those would be my two initially, because I know we have Mana Queen, Lachika, Hook, Bebe, 1 mil. 1 mil may be a good option too, because this group has the discipline. They also have a really strong competition repertoire or experience in the global competition circuit, right? So I am familiar with that. I do not know what specific competitions they have competed under. I have not been in a position where I've adjudicated them before, so I can't really say if I've seen them before, but they're very strong, and I bet you that they do very well in competition. I think they're going to do very, very well in the show, especially if they get with the right mentor. So I'm going to go ahead and put right now, they are going to be an all-in. I will be shocked if they aren't, unless somebody forgets to push the button. I know there was an excerpt where Bebe Bada forgot to push the button for a crew. I don't know which crew it is. I'm assuming it was our New Zealand crew, but I hadn't seen that one yet, so I'm not sure. But this crew's going to be an all-in. Super, super dope. I cannot wait to hear the discussions about this one specifically. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, I'm sorry for the slightly decrease of video quality for these types of videos. This is going to be the route that I have to take if they continue to really only sanction the routines or excerpts to Korea exclusively. I'll have to do this route compared to what I'm used to, but I think that's okay at the end of the day. I'm just very thankful I'm able to do it. If you want to see more content like this, especially the first season, I have the full episode reactions. I have those on Patreon, as well as I'll be releasing excerpts of those onto YouTube, normally a day after I see the second season's equivalents of that part of the show. I'm very much looking forward to, like I said, just with the crews that we've seen and the crews that we will be seeing, what the dynamic shifts are going to look like, what the challenges are going to be, and the influence of the mentors on these individuals. I am expecting to see a lot of growth and a lot of just fun artistry along the way. I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye!